Hello everyone, and thank you for checking on my YouTube channel. In this video I'm going to share with you my thought process when starting to work on a piece. In this case I'm working on a commission for acursedfire in Fiverr. First things first, you need to have your references ready. I didn't show them in the recording in here, but I had a bunch of them laid out on my other screen. Make sure to get the most references as you could. If you're making a commission, then ask the commissioner for as many references as possible. Ask them which pose they want, show them pictures, give them suggestions, until you end up with something they find good. The more you have of a visual library, the better. The way I create my poses is by drawing the line of action first, then adding in the shapes. I start adding shapes for the torso, for the waist, and then do cylinders for the arm and everything. In the future, I plan to make a video on how I understand anatomy and how I make my poses. Don't forget to edit your sketch and flip your canvas every now and then. You need to keep looking at your work from different directions, zoom out, and have a better look at your drawing to know what's the direction you're heading into. Before I draw any clothes, I have to draw the body, otherwise I don't know how to properly dress the character I'm drawing. After finishing the initial sketch, here I try to show a clearer idea of how I'm planning the artwork to look like. At this point I stop, take a break, and show the sketch to my commissioner. Then after getting a response, I edit what needs to be edited and then dive into the line art. The line art is a very boring process, but it's just the same thing, clear, confident lines over and over your sketch layer that you will later fill with your base colors. Now, this is where I start shading. When shading hair, I always draw chunks of hair at a time. It helps me figure out the direction of the shading and just how it looks like. I don't find lining very small strands of hair comfortable for me, but it could work for you. Experiment with many styles and see what works best. I use around 3 shading colors. First, I shade normally, and then I shade the second shading on the outer edges of the first one, and then I blend them in together. Then, I put the third color in the darkest places, as in the back of the hair and in between the hair strands. After that, I make a new multiply layer for doing soft shading on the lower edges of the hair, and make 2 add glow layers for the skin reflection light on the hair, and 1 for the highlights. I basically go around doing the same things for each other part of the drawing: the skin, the mask, and then for the clothing. Finally, after I finish shading mainly, I create a multiply layer above the character and fill it with the color from the background. Adjust the opacity to what you find best. After that, I create an overlay layer or an add glow layer, grab a soft airbrush and color in with some colors on different places. You can play around with this until you find something you like. Finally, I just draw the background and the textures. I just downloaded some brushes in here and played around with them, making a fire underneath the character and drew some dark clouds in the distant sky. If you want to add depth to your drawing, an easy way would be to add some foreground effects, like the yellow fire sparkles. It just helps show that the character belongs in the background you drew. Otherwise, it will look like he's just standing in front of a green screen. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to subscribe and leave a like. If you have any questions or criticism, please don't hesitate to write them down in the comments. Thank you for watching.